Hey, how are you all today? Welcome to Integrated Preparedness. I tried to shoot this one at the hotel earlier today, and I'm using a new mic, and it didn't work out, and I don't know what the deal is on this. We'll hope that it works out now. There's got a lot of wind and the sound of Gooseberry Falls behind us and the people and everything like that. So I hope you can hear me. If not, I'll just be irritated, and I'll try to shoot it again later. But we're up here north of Duluth, up here doing some whenever some of you might remember in my books that Patrick and Axel and the Vikings start their trek from Duluth, pursuing the Somali so-called warlord who was intending to start a new caliphate after the fall. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's in the Stonemont series, and and it started in Duluth. Well, we were up there doing research on that, and I'm back up here now doing research on the area for another book. So thought I'd talk to you for a minute. There's a lot been going on. By the way, I'm sick. I got sick yesterday, so if I sound gravelly and stuff like that, that's why. Uh, well, it looks like we're in a mess, and I want to talk about the possibility. I think the possibility of another civil war just increased, and that is because of who the Democrats appointed as their or Kamala chose as her vice president. What a mess he is, isn't he? I mean, by the way, can you see this? You're getting a good look at the falls. It's a beautiful place. If you haven't been up here, northern Minnesota, not quite up to Trudeau land, but it's pretty up here. Kelly's family's from up here. But so they picked this Tampon Tim, the, uh, the guy that faked his military service, the stolen valor Tim Walz, who bailed on his unit when they were getting ready to deploy to Iraq, who came on and said that he carried an assault rifle into war when he never did. Of course, for their side, they don't care about that. They don't care. They can get away with any kind of lie, and it just doesn't seem to matter. But I hope that you all are doing your part in making sure that all of those undecided, the uninformed who decide our elections, a lot of people think that the elections are fixed. They can steal certain stuff, but that's not new. That is not new. Stuffing ballot boxes, that goes back to, the beginning. But I'll tell you what we have now more than I think we've ever had is an uninformed, uninvolved, and uninterested populace. And so the ones that I blame when things don't go our way are the people who don't vote. But anyway, getting off of that and into this, I think that somebody asked, and where did this come from? It was on some news show that I was watching early this morning, and somebody said that I know what it was. Somebody was interviewing Biden, and he says they said, "Do you think that that there will be a peaceful transition of power after this election?" And Biden, without thinking, told the truth to begin with, and then has corrected it. The truth was that if Trump he said, if Trump wins, no, I don't think there's going to be a peaceful transition of power. And then he caught himself and he said, I mean, if Trump loses, well, of course, that's blaming, the Trump supporters and the right and the conservatives and all that. However you want to describe those people, I describe them as populist patriots, but saying that the right would not rise up and they would start a civil war. Well, the right never rises up. As you've seen on this channel and others channels for years and years and years, when people says, when are they going to rise up and do something? The answer is never, never. The big talkers aren't going to do anything, and the rest of the people are still living pretty good lives. It's going to take a lot to get them to rise up. The danger is this, and I think there is a major danger, and that is if Trump wins. Okay, now I don't know. I don't think it's in the bag at all. I've said this before. It's not in the bag that he's going to win. Don't don't fall prey to this idea that everybody likes him, just because everybody likes him, and that he's doing so well. And there's no way that a couple of dunderheads like Harris and Walz could possibly win this. Well, we've got millions and millions, in addition to cheating. we've got millions and millions of dunderheads going to go out and vote. And remember that a third of Christians don't vote, and a third of gun owners, you know, those people that are always talking about how much they support the Second Amendment, they don't vote either. So yeah, I think that if Trump wins, we are in a danger. Boy, my voice is really going with this, whatever it is I've got. We're in danger of things erupting. And now it's not going to be a race thing. It's not going to be a north and south, not an east and west. What it's going to be is a city versus non-city, because the cities are where all those morons live. Well, not all of them, but you know, there's some morons live out in the country too, but not as many. And if Trump wins, the cities are going to explode. They're going to riot. They're going to burn. They are going to attack the cops. Kamala will raise money to bail the arsonists and the murderers and the morons out of jail. Tim Walz will be leading the charge for gun control. You know, they'll shoot up a bunch of places and then blame it on white nationalists and you know, whatever. And they'll go after Trump. They'll put him in jail. They will go after everybody who is not a dyed-in-the-wool socialist, Marxist, communist. Where do these people, you know, hey, for y'all in Minnesota, I know you're all a bunch of great people. Isn't it a shame that so many beautiful places in the country have just been ruined by socialism? You know, California's another. California, beautiful place. Minnesota, beautiful place, but man, they've just ruined it. So anyway, what I want to say is, I hope you all are getting a picture of this. It's a lot more interesting than watching me. You got to prepare and you got to be careful. If you live in a city, and by that I don't mean suburbs. The suburbs are not the city. I think a lot of people who don't know any better think that. That's not true. The suburbs are about as non-city as a small town in many cases. Although some of them get to be purple. You know, the farther out from the city you get, the less blue they are, and the more red they are. But you don't get totally red until you get out a little bit farther. But if you live in a city, you have to be careful and you have to be ready. If you go to the city, you know, there's a lot of people that live in more rurally or in small towns or out in the exurbs that have to go into the city for any number of reasons, for business, for work, for you know, for doctor's appointments, the specialists. There's you know, if you have something really that needs to some kind of special medical need that you need taken care of, you're going to a city, and those are going to be dangerous, and especially for those people who aren't used to dealing with the city. Okay, so anyway, I would just say for anybody that works in a city, lives in a city especially, works in a city, has to come to a city, you have to be very careful. You know, if Trump wins, and when it's finally decided, if you work in a city and you work for somebody down there, I'd ask your boss, hey boss, can I work from home for a while? I really would. And if I owned a business in the city, I'd let my people work from home if at all possible. It's gonna be, well, did you hear what Cori Bush said, that idiot from down out of St. Louis, one of the squad members that got beat in the primary? She got beat, and that other idiot that pulled the fire alarm, he got beat in the primary. Good. So she's saying, and of course she blames AIPAC, which is what American Israel, whatever it is. She's blaming the Jews, and she's saying, I'm coming after you. You haven't seen the real Cori yet. I am coming after you. I forget exactly how she put it. I'm going to burn your kingdom down or something like that. Well, when these people say they're going to burn it down, believe it, because they do it, and they have done it. So anyway, I would be very careful. I think that's the thing that might increase the chances for a civil-like war, and the effect that it could have on people out in the suburbs or the smaller towns is an interruption of goods and services. You know, a lot of the rail hubs are in the cities. The freight depots are in the cities. That's where the food comes in before it goes out to other places. If you live out in the country and you're self-sufficient and you're able to provide for most of your needs, you're in good shape. If you're not, if you don't raise most of your own food, I would suggest you stock a lot more now so that you can just ride out however long this storm is. Because if Trump wins, yeah, long term it's going to get better. The economy is going to get better. The country is going to get better. We're going to get safer overall. But it's the morons that are going to riot like hell that are going to be the danger, and it's a personal danger. So stay prepared. Stay prepared to protect yourself, and that's about it. I'm going to go catch up with the rest of the tribe walking down this trail, and I hope this sound worked, because I'm going to be irritated if I have to shoot this one again. All right, you all have a good day. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.